Alright, so these next couple of videos are going to be a little different, and by different, I mean we're just not going to go to Cridersville. We are actually headed to Little E, which is in the campground of the world famous Eldora Speedway. So they are going to have the Midwest Race of Champions there this year. So Little E hasn't been ran in a few years. It's kind of been grown up and grown over a little bit, but they're cleaning it up, doing some improvements, and they're going to have the Midwest this year. Previously, the Midwest was at Waynesfield, State Line, and Route 68, but for this year they're going to Little E, and I'm pretty excited about that. I do have a couple starts there. We went once in 2016 where I think I finished fifth in my medium and heavy classes or whatever I ran, but that was also the night of the Ohio Indiana Challenge where they took like the four fastest from Ohio for the day and the four fastest from Indiana and put them in an 8 lap race. And for some reason, I got lucky, and my first night there, I was one of those four fastest, and I got to run in the challenge. And Team Ohio went 1, 2, 3, 4. I was fourth, but still, we swept the top four, and we ended up getting the trophy from there, and it was super cool. And then we went back again once in 2017, and I crashed hard. So I got two starts at Eldora. I got a win technically and a crash. So we'll see how this goes. Hopefully it goes all right. But we weren't gonna go. Gramps doesn't like big races. He doesn't really like going anywhere other than Eldora. So if it wasn't for Dan, we wouldn't be going. So I want to say thanks to Dan. He truly is the man. He supported me the past couple of years with this LO206 stuff. So really thank Dan for that. I mean every karter's dream is to win a leather jacket, and there's like a LO206 series, and the champion gets a leather jacket. And last year he asked if I wanted to run. We came really close. I won a few races and I led the points most of the year, but unfortunately I ended up losing and I ended up getting second. So I was definitely disappointed and maybe let Dan down a little bit, but he gave me a real legit shot to fulfill one of my karting dreams of winning a leather jacket, and he's letting me fulfill another one by running at the Midwest. So definitely thank Dan for that. Little history. We have ran the Midwest before. Whenever it was at Route 68, we went every year, and I was able to make the A mains, which was awesome. We went to State Line once, where I definitely did not make the A main, didn't even come close, so that sucked. And then we went to Waynesfield once, where I also didn't come close to making the A main. So hopefully we can bring back some of that magic from the Route 68 days and make the A this weekend. Dan's got a good cart. I'm just going to go through it and clean it up a little bit and move some things around so it's a little more comfortable. But Dan's always provided me with good carts, and they've always been fast. And we've struggled a little this year, but I don't think that has anything to do with his equipment and more with maybe my state of mind. I don't know, but gonna go into this full bore and fully focused and see what we can do. So yeah, shout out to Dan. I'd like to thank him for letting me do this because Gramps was not about it. He's not about the money races. He's not about the big races. He's not even about going anywhere other than Cridersville. A couple of videos where we've gone other places, he actually didn't know that we went to those places, so keep it a secret. But he knows about this one now. He wasn't excited, obviously. He's a little depressed we're not going to Cridersville, but you got to go to these big races every now and then. They're fun, they're different, it shakes things up. It's better than the same old, same old. So, anyway, I'm rambling. We'll get on with this video. Thanks to Dan. He's the man. He truly is the man. So, anyway, enjoy. All right, so we drove up to Dan's. He's the man. To pick this bad boy up for the Midwest Race of Champions at Eldora this coming weekend. So this is the LO206 cart I run for Dan during the LO206 series. Obviously, we ran it last night, finished second. So we went by, we picked it up. We're gonna get this thing cleaned up, apart, checked over, scaled, and take it to Eldora for one of the biggest kart races in the country, and we're gonna see how we do. So huge thanks to Dan for letting me bring this thing home and let me run it this weekend at this big event. So hopefully we can at least make the A main. That's kind of the goal, I guess. Overall races like this, I think the main goal is to just have fun and don't set your expectations too high. But I'm really shooting for that A main starting spot. So we'll see what we can do. The prep for Eldora starts now. Alright, so I'm going to start working on getting this thing apart so I can get it cleaned. While I'm doing that, Kirk is... Oh, fuck. Hold on. While I'm doing that, Kirk is outside getting these all cleaned up and ready to go. My carts are going to be my carts are not going to be ran for a little while, but hers, she's going to run hers on the 5th at Cridersville, so she's got to get that thing ready to go. So while she's out there getting these done, I'm going to start getting this bad boy apart so we can get ready for Eldora. Okay, so this bad boy's apart. Time to get it cleaned. This might be one of the dirtiest carts I've ever seen, so cleaning it's going to take a bit. It's going to be an undertaking, but we'll get it all shined up and ready to go, so it'll be in tip-top shape for the Midwest. Did you say 10 seconds?
Yeah.
That seems like a bit much.
No. This motor's a whole different color.
So Dan's quite a bit shorter than me, and he ran this cart last year, so I've basically been running with my knees in my chest, as you can see here where the throttle pedal is. I already moved the brake forward, so I'm going to work on moving the throttle forward. So I've been kind of dealing with it at Cridersville. I moved them forward a couple inches, but not all the way. But at a race like this, I'm going to try and make sure everything's set perfect for me so we can have our best shot here. So go ahead and move these the rest of the way forward, and if Dan wants to run this cart, we can like tape some blocks of wood to the pedals or something for him. So currently putting her back together after cleaning it and getting some things moved around and adjusted so it's the best it can be. Okay, so this is where we're going to end for the day, I think. We got everything apart, cleaned, lubed, the engine cleaned, the clutch cleaned and gone through. Everything's starting to go back together. I got the pedals moved forward. The seat is currently not attached to anything, but we're working on remounting that. So I think the struts are where they need to be. I'll remeasure everything tomorrow like 5 times and get that situated. So we're ahead of the game. I was thinking by today we would only have it cleaned. So we got a good start. We're a little bit ahead of the game. We redid some safety wire and some pins, so we should be good to go. Hopefully we can scale this thing here soon. Okay, so we're like way ahead of schedule here. We're ready for the body. We're ready to put the body on it, get some tires on it, and scale it. So it's only Tuesday. I didn't think we would be ready to scale until like Thursday. So we're like 2 days ahead. So this is great. Maybe we'll have a day to relax or something. No, probably not. But yeah, can't believe we're this ahead of schedule. I don't know, almost ready, I guess. Other than scaling it and maybe working on some tires. So hell yeah. Forgot to mention we also changed the header on this motor. This is the motor I've been running all year at Cridersville. Dan did send me with a spare just in case, but we changed the header on it because at Cridersville they've been trying to throw me out of tech a couple times, saying the header I was running wasn't right. And to be honest, I don't really know anything about the LO206 or what their rules are, but Dan told me the header that was on it was fine, even though they were trying to throw me out of tech. But just to be safe at a race like this, I went ahead and changed it because I don't want there to be any questions or concerns or anything whenever we go through pre-tech that it's wrong. So just to be safe, we went ahead and changed it to this guy, and we'll put the other header on the spare, I guess. And then if we have to run the spare, we'll just deal with it. I don't know. But yeah, went ahead and changed the header too, so hopefully there's no questions or concerns on that.
Hello, and welcome back to Alex Hamilton Racing. Alex, what do you have for us today?
Well, we took another trip to Dan's today to pick up some tires. Gramps was freaking out a little bit and was a little worried about our tires, so Dan came through, gave us a couple of sets here for the Midwest. So once again, Dan really is the man. So big shout out to Dan. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be going to this race. I wouldn't be running it. I wouldn't have these nice tires or that go-kart. So big shout out to Dan for the support and letting me take his stuff to go try my luck at the biggest race of the year. Okay, so now we are on to scaling the cart. So the first thing we're going to do is camber. The setup isn't going to be too different from what we normally run, just a little different, not a whole lot. So we're going to get this thing scaled out, get the tires checked. She's making a face, so I'm just going to assume it's way off. So we're going to get that fixed, get the tires checked, get this thing loaded up so we can head to the track tomorrow for pre-tech and parking and all that great stuff. So I'm going to end this short so she can tell me what's wrong and why she's making that face. And we're going to finish this thing up. It was definitely a little bit off, but that's not anything we can't fix here real quick with a couple of turns of the wrenches. So not a big deal. We'll get this thing dialed back in. I think I might be more confident than she is, but whatever. Okay, so update. It was never off. It was right where it needed to be, but someone read the gauge wrong. So she did all that cranking for no reason. So yeah, it was where it needed to be the whole time. Crew chief here read the gauge wrong.
Okay, since I'm not allowed to say hello again, we are back at Alex Hamilton Racing. And Alex, what do you have for us?
Okay, so we got this thing finished up for Eldora. We're going to load it up here and go get some gas so we can head out in the morning. We got it scaled. All we did was we add some stickers, advertise Kirk's business, Overdrive Designs. If you need anything, give her a holler. I think it looks pretty good. Hopefully this thing runs as good as it looks. So yeah, we're gonna head to Eldora tomorrow, get this thing teched, get parked, and we're ready to go for Saturday. So hopefully it goes well. This is just the prep video, so stay tuned for the all the racing stuff in the next video. So if you like it, subscribe. Stay tuned. Watch some more. I don't know.
Hi.
Wait, do we do the clacker?
Hello, and welcome.